Hi, everyone, and welcome to the preview show delivered by FedEx. I'm Marty Snider from NBC Sports. This is Chris Rice from NTS Motorsports, also right here at NASCAR.com. Man, Dover was crazy. Rice, Kevin Harvick needed to get the win, got it. All kinds of crazy point scenarios, but let's talk about Kevin Harvick right now. Is the 4 team, and is Kevin Harvick better when they're under pressure like they were on Sunday?
He's good all the time, but they showed that they're true champions. Their backs against the wall, they go out and win. Rodney Childress rallied everybody. I mean, they just truly dominated. Those guys were awesome. I thought, hey, it's going to be a boring race with him leading 355 laps, but it still was a great race. Right. They're a great team, no matter whether their back's against the wall or they're just racing for wins.
And if you look at their performance at New Hampshire, minus the running out of fuel in at Dover, it might be a bad time for everybody else. So to that point, Chris, how big of a mistake was it that everybody else let him stay in the game when they could have knocked him out?
You got to kick a man when he's down. You cannot leave Kevin Harvick in this because now he's going to 3 great racetracks that, he's really good at Charlotte. He's great at Kansas. Talladega's, you never know. It's a wild card, but it's kind of like Survivor. When you got a guy and you're going to kick him out, you better kick him out. So the 42 other guys might have made a mistake.
Exactly right. All right, let's talk about the 12 who did advance, starting with the guys who won in round number 1. You've got Kevin Harvick, Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin. Then go down the list, Logano, Edwards. You see everybody who did advance. Dale Jr., you see at the bottom. We'll get to him in just a second. Barely squeaked into this next round. The guys who did not make it, Jamie McMurray, Paul Menard, Clint Boyer, and Jimmy Johnson. I think that's the one that kind of surprised everyone, Chris. Is it going to be tougher for that 48 team to win a 7th championship in this current format?
I don't think so. I think Hendrick has just got to get their package together. Right now, their package is not really good. SHR is holding a candle for Hendrick. They're teammates in some sort of way. So I don't feel that their package is good. I still feel Chad Canals, Jimmy Johnson can win races in this format. So I don't think it's going to be tough for him to get his 7th championship. It's just not the right time.
His teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. advances to round 2, while Jimmy Johnson does not. And what a fantastic battle it was at the end of the Dover race. Boy, it was, McMurray was out front for a while. Then it was Dale Earnhardt Jr. that was out front. So now Jr. gets in after they get tied. He and McMurray are tied, but he advances on the best finish in this round. He gets into round number 2. I'm curious from you, with the momentum and Talladega being in this round, does Dale Jr. advance beyond this into round 3?
Well, I think it's one thing you said there, Talladega. Junior Nation, you got Talladega coming, but Talladega's a wild card. He could get caught up in a wreck. He could run out of fuel. You never know, but he is really good at Talladega. And I feel that's where he's going to have to make his hay. That's where he's going to have to win. He's just got to contend at these next 2 races, but Talladega, yeah, that's a shot for him to move on.
All right, I gotta get it from the crew chief perspective here. We got the Bank of America 500 this weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is where we started seeing the tempers flare last year, obviously with a big fight with Matt Kenseth and Brad Keselowski. But it's already been an intense chase. Do we kind of relax a little bit? Do you tell your team, let's relax a little bit and save some of that for later in the chase?
Oh no, I'm sure they were at work. They were at work yesterday morning or Monday morning, very, very early. Just hey, we got to go. We cannot let down. We're still excited. You have got to make hay on restarts. You have got to go on restarts. That's where everything is made up, on restarts. And what happens on restarts? We normally bump into each other and we fight. Look at Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, exactly right. It is tough to pass at Charlotte, no doubt about it. So restarts will be huge this weekend at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. All right, many agree this is the toughest round of the chase. You got Charlotte, Kansas, and Talladega. I talked to one crew chief who told me this weekend he's more worried about Kansas than he is Talladega. So I want to get your thoughts on who this round favors and who might be in trouble in this round.
Well, I feel it favors 3 different teams or 3 different drivers. I feel like Charlotte Motor Speedway favors a Kevin Harvick style racetrack. He's really good at Atlanta, Charlotte, places like that. Then we're going to go to Kansas. You cannot leave out Gibbs. That's where they're really, really good at Kansas. And then we go to Talladega, and it's a wild card, but Junior Nation, Junior Motorsports, whatever you want to call it, is really good at Talladega. So I think this round is really tough because it's 3 different racetracks, big different racetracks.
Anybody you're worried about in this round?
Absolutely. I'm worried about Ryan Newman, really worried about Ryan Newman, and I'm really worried about Jeff Gordon moving on to the next round. So that's the 2 guys I'm really worried about making it.
All right, time for us to make some picks and try to act like we know what we're talking about. I did, by the way, pick Kevin Harvick last week. probably because you let me pick Kevin
I was going to say I gave it to him.
All right, who are you picking this week?
Well, I'm taking Kevin Harvick back from you,
fine.
and I'm going to pick Kevin Harvick, Rodney Childress there at home, and they're saying, okay, we can't go into the next round like we did this round. We can't go to Talladega and expect to win that one. So I'm picking Kevin Harvick to go out and win the race.
I'm going to go with Matt Kenseth. I just feel like that a Gibbs car is going to be very strong this weekend. Matt does love the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Clearly won here before and gets around Charlotte very well. And this type of racetrack, it just really fits that team. And I think Gibbs is going to really still be strong in this round as well. I don't think they quite showed the speed maybe everybody expected them to at Dover, but I think they're going to show it Saturday night.
And he's always excited to be at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and his temper will flare.
Well, hopefully no tempers flaring this weekend, or maybe if they do, that's okay too. So, hey, make sure you park it right here on NASCAR.com all weekend long. Live leaderboard to in-car audio, and of course, after Charlotte, the updated chase grid, and we'll know right away who's in trouble heading into the final 2 races of round number 2. We'll be back here next week to talk about Kansas. Should be a fun race. In the meantime, enjoy the night races at Charlotte this weekend, everyone.